good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? We about to get it cracking. We got to get it cracking. I'd like to welcome y'all to this broadcast. It's special to me. This is very special to me. Um, this is very, very, very special. We're gonna get it cracking in a minute. We're gonna talk about sports. We're gonna talk about what's going on in the community. We're gonna talk about this great Super Bowl event that we're gonna have tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna share some things. And from my perspective, it might be sharing from other people's perspective. I don't know, but from my perspective, we gonna just chop it up. You know, sometimes it's good to have conversations with the brothers and brothers who you got love for that are doing great things in the community, whether it's rehab in homes, whether it's police in the community and making sure the community is good. But we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. That's if y'all want to talk about it. That's if y'all want to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get it cracking. I got as of right now, I got Brother Jack on the bill on the panel. Well, I'm not gonna call it a panel. I'm gonna call it just just as a guest. They come in and stop by and chop it up with us. Uh, Feel free to share the broadcast with the brothers. Uh, I have a way you got to share it. I don't know if y'all know my Facebook page, but if you go on the Facebook page, you can share it from there. And yeah, that's what it is. Let me see. Let me see. If you go on the Facebook page, you can share it from there. Let me see. All right, let me get it cracking, y'all. Mm, 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 mm. All right, y'all can put y'all pictures live if you eating ribs or whatever you eating. Uh, you don't have to show
No ribs here.
you don't have to
Jealous.
you don't have to show your rib tips, but you know what I'm saying you can show what you got. No, you ain't gotta show what you got. It's just you can just show your screen if you want to. That's up to you guys. I appreciate it. I mean, it's all love, you know. All
Yeah.
right, this the deal right now. Okay, we have this great event that's coming up tomorrow, and I think it's gonna turn out well. I think each year it gets better and better. Uh, I don't know why Brother Maddox can't get in, but uh, uh, yeah, just click the link.
Cause boy, tell tell him not to be using his flip phone.
He got that flip phone. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, you could just click the link. Let me put the link in the bio. All right, I put the link in there, and you
Well, I
want
got a topic, man. I don't think brothers talk about it enough,
okay.
especially with the way our world is going today. You
Yeah.
know, I think more African American women have an issue with black men dating African, I mean, Caucasian women. But I don't hear enough about brothers. You know how brothers feel about that.
Well, I think that a lot of times brothers get take the blame or take the heat for how our communities are turning out. We are some of the blame. I think we are
Mm,
a large percentage. I think it's 50-50 because uh, some of the brothers, I think that from a parent's perspective, I think sometimes we only can raise children with the tools that we were given. we freestyle along the way. Uh, I think that we if a guy haven't been taught how to treat women or how to raise a child, then sometimes we see that from an aspect of, well, my daddy made me do it like this, but your daddy could have been doing it wrong, or your daddy could have been uh,
Right. I agree.
raising the child out of frustration and beating the child and all this whole stuff. And see, if a child takes that on into his adulthood and figure that he's going to raise his child like that, then it's going to be wrong a couple generations. So if I'm giving you some wire pliers to fix everything, then you're not going to be able to make that child uh, give that child something to to know how to handle life. If I must say that. So.
I'm just saying. I think I don't. I'm trying to see how brothers feel. As an impact. Well, you both are fathers, and you both have a
Mm-hmm.
son. What if the case if your son is out here? You married a sister.
Mm-hmm.
You came from a sister,
Mm-hmm.
and then your son go and get a Caucasian girl because he feel that that's better than what you had or who you was raised by. You
Right.
know, and I think a lot of us, I think, like I said, more African American women have issues with it. But it's like, where do we stand as the men? On impacting it.
Oh, go ahead,
You
Frank.
get what I'm saying, Frank?
Well, basically, for me, it goes back to the point of recognizing and understanding that things change, people evolve. That's number one. I know when I was brought up, things were a different way. Things have changed now. But at the same time, I'm a realist, and I do not practice hypocrisy. Um, and when I say that, I mean that just to say this: if a woman has a problem with a man dating a Caucasian female, and a lot of folk might not agree with me on this, but a lot of times, a lot of brothers might go that other way because they're not accustomed to a woman speaking back and speaking up to them, or questioning what they say. It's like this. My name is Frank. I'm not master. So if I can learn from you, I can learn from you. I don't care if you're male or female.
Right.
So if that's the reasoning, not saying that it's everybody's reasoning, but if that's the reason, then that's to me, I don't agree with that. But the bottom line is if you got a brother who says, I'm gonna date this Caucasian woman, and look, since we're gonna be straight, let's shoot from the hip. Um, a lot of Caucasian women are known as being passive.
Okay.
They're not gonna challenge you.
Okay.
Okay. That's factual, but I'm saying that's what you hear.
Right.
And so a lot of brothers will drink that Kool-Aid thinking that, well, I say what's going on and this is what I'm going to do. And they can have their way. At the same time, when you're dealing with a woman of color, there's certain things you can't do that's going to be tolerated. And if you do things, then you're going to be by yourself. So it's a two-way street. So when it comes to that, I understand why they would have problems, but it's about communication. And the fact of it is this, is that if you are my lady, my woman, my wife, whatever you want to call it, then I'm going to respect you for who you are. And therefore, if you question what I do or if you question what I say, then I'm going to respect you enough to clarify what I'm talking about. And then we're going to go from there. But at the same time, if you're a man, I don't care what color you are, and you think that that woman is going to be your pet, basically, then you're in a different world, bro. Because it don't work that way nowadays, especially when it comes to women of color. We've always heard historically, and we clap our hands about it when it's on a part directly to us about them strong black women. You know, we're first one to say our mama was a strong black woman, but at the same time, let you meet a strong black woman who's gonna tell you, "Hey, baby, I'm going out with boys." No, you just tell me what you don't tell me what to do.
Right.
So let's be real. Hypocritical folk don't survive. And that's my point. So
Well,
that's my,
let me say this. What this from my perspective, I've never dated outside of my race. However, I want to say that for black women to believe that, oh, we strong and all this old stuff, it's almost like, why are you so aggressive and why are you so strong towards, instead of, even you dealing outside of your race, is that we taking the path of less resistance. If you talking about, you ain't gotta tell me what to do. My daddy didn't tell me what to do. That ain't good.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? That ain't good. So this goes back to what I said about the men. Sometimes sometimes if you are uh uh if you have to go off into life with a certain set of tools, you only know that. It's not nothing where, yeah, you learn stuff along the way and say, well, I was doing it wrong the whole time. But why is it that when women get off into their later ages, they look at it as, I screwed up? Or when people generally get off into older age, or to an older age, they say they screwed up because they did it wrong. Or you look back at your children and say, damn, I could have did this. This boy would have been doing this, or I could have had him doing this. But I mean, we don't know what the future holds, but we also have to look at it as how we are approaching it, how the women approach us, how we approach the women. Yes, if you come at somebody aggressive, they gonna be aggressive. Yeah, but if she's aggressive out the gate, you look back and say, "Damn, I've been with her too damn long. Hell, why I've been here this long?" You know what I'm saying? So so
yeah, you,
we
but so, and not to cut you off, but that's why it's been very important to us as people to know our history, to know what we've dealt with, not as males or not as females, but as people in general. Because that strong black woman mentality came back from slavery, man. You know, and a lot of moms, when they had daughters coming up through the time, they shared that knowledge with them. At the same time, um, when you sit back and think, a lot of things years ago, you say, "Well, I didn't do that to you. Why treat me like that?" It's human nature. The same way we as people in general feel a certain way about a certain thing, and that person who we feel that way about ain't done nothing to us, but we associate them with it. So therefore, I think that knowledge is power, and to me, it's like this. When it comes to male, female, black, white, whatever, uh, let's know each other before we make assumptions about each other. Because there's a
yeah,
reason
right,
that
right,
and
right. Okay, and then think about this. And I was talking to one of my friends about a week ago. So we talk about some of the stuff that goes on in the black family. So if people are aggressive, or if women are aggressive, or men are aggressive, how is that working out? Are we losing that war? Because the divorce rate is very high. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, are we losing that war? How that's working out for us? You know what I'm saying? Even though we the black woman is right now is considered the highest educated in the country. So do they get to that point and we are let me see. We are, you can't tell me what to do. I got my own. We are I'm established. I got my own. When you met me, I had this, that, and the other. Are we that far gone to the point where we're not realizing that we losing the race? I mean, we losing the war. The war is we done lost the battle. You know what I'm saying? For the last 30 years, the divorce rate is skyrocket. Just say hypothetically, okay, they said we have okay, when it came to the voting, they said we had 34 million eligible voters. That means we had 34 million of us that were over the age of 18. Okay, so how many of those people over the age of 18 were married? Just hypothetically, if we only had 10 million couples that was married, or 10 million people that was married, 10 million married families, whatever you want to call it. So some of those people are getting divorced. So we are a minute part of this country, and we don't work within our communities. But so then, since we don't do that, our communities are not developing, and our children are not developing. We not teaching them to to be a family. We teaching them to, you gotta hold your own. You see, I'm sitting around here. I done raised 4 kids by myself. Oh, okay. You raised 4 kids by yourself, but you don't have a man to come in to help you because you saying, I've been doing it all by myself this time, all this time. You know what I'm saying? That independence is that a defense mechanism? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What kind of barriers are being put up to the point where you got to keep saying it, that I did it by myself? Now, if he not the one for you, but you're attracted to him, that's something different. You can always explain to one of these brothers, hey, look, uh, I like you, but can we focus towards going towards this direction? If I can help you get to your destination, what do you dream to be? What did you want to be? How far did you want to go in life? Can I help you do that? So then we can't say I was with him 10 years and we didn't get nothing out of it. You knew he wasn't nothing at 2 years or a year and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know where he was going.
Yep.
So are we, it's deep, man. Cause when you get down to the psychological part, I got one of my friends on here, Tammy Bush Hamilton, right? So Tammy do a thing about she had a seminar about uh child abuse and um suicide prevention, and some of the ladies was talking about uh some of the childhood trauma. So part of who they are, or part of who our children turn out to be, or part of who the people who we run into every day turn out to be, some of it is based on the childhood trauma. So if we don't realize that, if we realize that at 40, after we didn't ruin people's lives, that we got some childhood trauma, then the cycle continues because we teach our children that stuff, you know?
Well, yeah, like they say, hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
And part of the issue, going back to what Frank said, which was true, is that a lot of people don't allow themselves to be true to themselves first. If you're not true to you, and how you gonna be when somebody else comes with some truth? How you gonna be able to accept their truth if you don't know
Exactly.
your own truth?
Exactly.
And part of
Exactly.
it, that's what I would talk to. Women would ask me, these brothers out here, getting with these white women and stuff. Which I'm like, for me, I am pro culture. I can't relate to somebody outside of my culture like I can with an African American woman because she in my struggle. We in this struggle together. So for me, that's my support that I need. But the main issue is I don't need a woman to do what I say. I need a woman just to listen to me so we can work together as I listen to her. You
Yes.
know, but as
Yes.
being the man, God set me as the head,
Right.
and when
Right.
she took a vow to be with me, she allows me to be the head. But
Right.
that don't mean as the head, I don't take her insight, or allow her to be a helpmate, because that's what God told the woman is. She a helpmate. So if
Right.
you, as we blockhead, you doing something, she ain't got to call you a blockhead. That'd be part of the problem. With somehow women, oh blockhead, see now you can't, I can't follow you now, and we can't roll together because you call me a blockhead.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You put messed it up between us. So the thing is, like I tell a lot of people, I said it first start with, um, you know, one, the spouse being submissive to the head, and like I said, submissive does not mean, um, you have to have rule over somebody. Submissive means, okay, I'm willing to follow you. That's what submission is. Being willing to accept, okay, I see you as the head. If you say we're gonna do this, I'm gonna work with you in doing this. Now when you mess up, then we can say, okay, yeah, let's try something different. So, but I just know a lot of men, they want what they want. And like Frank said, they feel that Caucasian women are passive, which they are, but they were raised that way. Whereas African American women were raised to be strong because they had to be.
Yes. So that's where we run into the problem, and then they run it. Okay. This is what they doing. They teaching they girls to be strong and they boys to be less strong. Okay.
Yeah, well, women can't teach a man to be strong. That
Right.
come from another man. Just like I can't go to some young lady and try to tell her you got to be a strong young lady. She'll be like, "What you know about me?"
Right.
When
Right.
she have
Right.
her period, I don't know what that feel like. I don't know what that what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying.
Right.
Just
But
like a woman don't know when a man's loins in his growing, that when we hit puberty, how we be going. Woman
yeah.
don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
It's different for us.
Right. Right. I mean, it's different from I can raise a child. You can raise a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can feed him. I can clothe him, and I can say, you
Mm-hmm.
got to go out there and be tough. But when boys see what masculinity is, or when they see what it
Right.
is to be, I got to take care of my family. When they see that, they know what it looks like. Or when women see say when women see how men a real man interact with their mother, then they say, oh, okay, that's what it looks like. But we don't
Right.
show that often. We always see everybody on this independent journey, and then on this independent
Mm-hmm.
journey, we create that child that's that's got this frustration. Because some of the girls, they need their daddies too. They need to
Yeah.
know they
Yeah.
need to know what it feels like for a man to hug them. You know what I'm saying? Baby, you okay? What's going on? You know?
Yep.
If you want to date a guy, won't you bring him by the house? You know what I'm saying? Bring him by the house, let me see him. But
Right.
sometimes we it's so deep, bro. It's to the point where it's like how can you we teaching when I say we, I'm just saying people in general. We teaching our children to do a lot of the stuff all the wrong way, and it's based
Well, I
on
think
on
more
how we
so.
were raised.
Right, and but more so in it, and you say it's deep. It has gotten complicated because people have made it intricate with a lot of other things, other issues. But it's really simple. It's about being proactive. I was having this conversation. I used to tell people this. They let your little kids be teasing and biting stuff, and mommy and daddy let them bite them. I said, if your kid bite me, I'm biting them back because
Right.
no, because think about it. If you see a little kid when he bites you, they'll wait to see what your response is.
Mm-hmm.
And when you bite, and if I ain't like gonna like chew them like a pit
Right.
bull,
Right. Right.
but if I
Right.
put my little teeth on their little arm and they cry, guess who they run to? They run to mom and daddy because mom and daddy accepting it. But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? When I play with that baby again, I bet you don't bite me.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's about being proactive. And as being a mentor, I would work with a lot of young men who had single mothers. The dad probably sometimes some of them the dad was around but not in the household.
Mm-hmm.
He won't do this, he won't do that. But but you ain't got him taking no trash out, you ain't got him doing no chores. You don't give him no consequence. Now you want to fuss at him, be mad, talking about he don't do nothing. You haven't been teaching him. He should have been picking up his own trash and garbage to clean after himself at 5 years old.
Exactly.
But now you want
Exactly.
me to come in. Well, yeah, he need a role model. Yeah, I can be that. But it's only so much I can do from 16 up to when he turned 20 or 21, however long I'm with him. But for the last 13, 14 years, you'll let him do whatever. Because
Right.
that's mama's baby.
Exactly. Exactly. So,
So
uh,
proactive, being proactive.
being proactive. And excuse me. So for years we haven't been proactive. There's
No.
to me I think there's probably about a 20-year gap where we missed a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? From the I'll say from almost the end of the '90s to maybe mid 2000s. We missed a whole lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff missing. We allowed uh, the media to get to our children because they know to control our children. That's where they have to go to. They know that our children are looking for something. You find. I mean, it's like them talking about the devil's workshop. So they find refuge within the social media, within some of the people at their school. That's why you have it's telling me that the link does work. If you want to come in, just click that link. That link does work. That's how these guys got in through the link. Uh, but yeah, so you find refuge within um, some of the groups of people. You know what I mean? Let me see. Somebody asking about their comment. Yeah, I can see your comment. So if you look at the screen, uh, Matt, you sometimes I put your comment up on the screen. I don't know if you can see that, but I put your comment up on the
I can
screen.
see it.
Yeah,
Matt, I
and
comment on your comment.
he what?
Tell him to comment on his comment. Tell him to talk about it.
Now if you go up, you can see him commenting on it. Yeah, I can
No,
see
I
him
see
comment.
the comment. I'm telling him to actually talk like we talk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanted him to come in, but he didn't come in.
Uh,
Uh, but the link.
Hey,
Uh,
you guys know something? I think the thing of it is, and I listen to everybody. And the point of it is people, let's be. I don't want to say realistic, but I'm gonna say realistic. The bottom line is this: when I was growing up, we had examples,
mm-hmm.
and so whether you saw your dad every day or whatever, you got an example, but that example was duplicated by other men and other fathers that you
Mm-hmm.
saw from your granddads,
Exactly.
and things,
yeah, right,
you know. But now, in today's society, I heard the brother talking about things. I don't feel like and that's cool, but at the same, where are the examples? And people have to understand, just because that child is not yours, don't mean as a man of color or a man in general, you can't be an example for other men.
Right, because we got to move the society on. We got
right,
we still have to mold them young brothers that's in the community. We got to
right,
we have to mold them.
And,
You know what I'm saying? Even if you find a guy, even if it's outside of the org or what the org does, even if you see some little brother, man, you seem like you're a cool little dude, man. Hey, you got to stop hanging around them dudes. Them dudes gonna get you in trouble.
but because these young brothers right now, they're our future.
Yes.
You know, and if you don't share what you've learned in life, the wisdom that you have, be good or bad, because they can learn from negativity. As far as
right.
what to do,
Yeah,
okay, we have to be what too many brothers, and then I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm sitting back. I'll be using it like this. I've heard, be it in my career, whatever, where people don't really trip on different things that go on, be it if it's birthdays, be it if it's crime against people or whatever. Why? Because they're not the victim.
Right.
And
yeah,
it is the attitude changes when you become the victim of that offense,
Yes.
as opposed to observing that offense.
Right.
So if
exactly.
yourself in that person's situation, put yourself in that mother's situation as far as to raise three boys by herself. It'll
Hmm.
Right.
back in a day where the parents might not have been together, but they still work together to raise that child.
Right.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know, well,
but yeah, but
Some some
so
some
you're
some
right.
of them, some of them old folks hated each other though.
yeah, exactly. But
they
but
raised them babies. Boy, cause I
it
sit and talk to a lot of old folks. I be sitting like, what you what?
understand.
Oh, granddaddy wasn't
Right.
ish. He wasn't this.
Right.
I was like, what?
And
You
see,
know what I'm
for
saying?
me,
Y'all been together 60 years, and you mean tell me
don't like each other.
this
Mhm.
whole time you? Oh my goodness, man. Hey, bro,
Only
it's just
for
oh
the
man, it's
betterment.
deep, man.
So I think the culture to a degree has changed to the point where,
Yes.
and I'm gonna call it what it is to me. The priorities have been adjusted because when I was coming up, that child, your future was the priority, and parents put their differences aside for the betterment of that child, whether they
Right.
like each other or not. We don't see that now.
Nope.
Okay. Let me go back to one of the questions that George made. Okay, let me address Maddox's situation. Uh, it should let you click the link and it should bring you in. So Frank or Jack, can you tell them how y'all got in on the link?
Okay. I clicked the link on I clicked the link on the text, and then it told me put my name in,
Mm-hmm.
and then it told me to click next or continue, and then um, that was it.
No, no. Then it say join meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, he got to press the join me
Right.
button.
Yeah.
Well, tell him too. It's gonna tell him he gotta allow his phone. It's gonna ask you for allow his phone to connect with Wi-Fi. And
Yes.
is he doing that? He gotta make sure it does that too.
Yeah. I was finna say something. Okay. So
Then he gotta do join me, and join me will let him in.
yeah. So I'm looking at whoever can come in. Tammy Hamilton Bush is on here somewhere. I want her to come on because, like I say, I've been to a couple seminars with her, and see, a long time ago, I want to say probably, I want to go back at least maybe 15 years ago. About 15 years ago, I figured, or just had conversation with a couple females, and I found out that a lot of people are dealing with uh, this childhood trauma. So when she had this
Yeah,
seminar, some of the ladies was saying this is why their relationships are like this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I'm like, damn, as little boys, we go through that. We
yeah,
go
every
through,
person.
you know what I'm saying? But we always make it, we almost, a lot of times we put the blame on the other partner. But when you get down to it, we don't know conflict resolution. We don't know. There's a lot of stuff we don't know how to deal with. Some guys they how they deal with their women is how the men in their family deal with the women. So then, okay, then another question is Frank. You talked about you know the newer generation or how people are dealing with the relationships now, but I always tell people that the children that or the young people that we looking at and how they deal with relationships, these are our children's age. So sometimes I take the responsibility of where did we go wrong. They didn't just get like that just on the fly. They got like that because some of the stuff that they know is a learned behavior and where they learning it from. And most of the times they learn it from somebody who they around the most. If your mama got you around some alcoholic dude, you gonna look at him and say, you know, well, he the one to take care of it, but he be drunk all the time. Oh, my mama was getting whooped by him, so this is what a man's supposed to do: whoop on a man, whoop on a woman if he get mad. Well, you shouldn't make him mad. All this old stuff. So we dealing with mental stuff. We just have to understand. Okay, let me calm down. She a little upset right now, or he a little upset right now. So we have to we have to address. This is like approaching some monster or some beast. Uh, okay, okay. She in here. Right? You got to turn on your camera. You got to turn on your camera, please. You know. Uh, but we got another guest, and we got a lady in here, y'all.
No.
So
But nah, you right,
Jack,
but you
Jack, you
gotta
got
think
Jack, you
about
got to be nice to her now.
Nice to who?
I don't need no special preferences and treatment now. I can handle
That
myself.
that's awesome. Good, cause I can't afford to give no special preferences and treatments. I'm
Ooh.
be good to
Hey,
people, but I
I
don't
mean,
be
you.
nice.
Hey, just if you can, y'all, if y'all can show y'all camera, I mean, if you got the right lighting in there, show your camera, please. But
But what you were saying is true to like a lot of us in our community still don't address mental, issues, and a lot of that stuff was going on in the late 70s and 80s. A lot of kids, did have some mental issues, and they just go, "Oh, he bad or she bad," you know, and a lot of it came from in the home with an abusive father or whatever. And if you see an abuse in your home, that's really not a normal thing. But for
mm-hmm,
some people, they because it kept happening, they did see it as normal. But that
mm-hmm,
ain't normal.
mm-hmm,
It wasn't normal for me to walk in my house and a gun sitting on the table. That, that's not normal. And I didn't see it on Leave It to Beaver, and I didn't see it on Brady Bunch. So for me, that really was that's not
right,
normal.
right,
So but a lot of people, that's part of their issue. We all need some type of therapy. Not like, oh, I need some psychotherapy, but we all need somebody to talk to. We all need an outlet. We all need to be able to vent. We all need balance of, like you said, having conflict resolution. Because I know it's a lot of times I want to five finger choke somebody, but I have to pull it in. Like, okay, that's I need to go
right,
another way. I need to pray
exactly.
for them or pray for myself or do something else. So, but yeah,
Yeah, it's a task. You know what I'm saying? We just have to understand that that we in this battle, and our community. To me, this just to me. I can only give you my opinion. This to me, we got this war going on, and with this war, our children are losing because they headed in the direction of in 10 years it'll be a point of no return. Because if they make a whole generation, uh, they put a whole generation in a situation where there's no looking back, then we lose. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But
Because we in this situation, and it's
well,
it's
we
it's
all
deep.
lose.
Yeah. So
You're right,
we
but
all
not just
lose.
them. We all lose because if they out there and start getting a whole bunch of Donald Trumps running around, because that's who they see as their idol. Oh, it's bad.
Right. Right. I
Well,
mean,
Frank see it all the time, and George too.
yeah.
All these little gangster guys out here, because that's what they seeing, so they following what they see.
Right. Right.
We
So
saw it, but we saw like Frank made a good example. We saw other examples. I didn't really. My mom had good male friends, but some of my uncles I didn't really deal with them because they were functioning alcoholics. They be drunk one day and go to work and work a nice job the next day. I had an
right.
uncle who was a fireman. I couldn't believe that. I was like, "How you going putting out fires?" And he was just passed out the night before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
that wasn't my thing. When I got to college, I really saw how other brothers who had dads in their life were, and that was like that's part of my draw to Iota. Is that was my first introduction to a band of brothers.
Yeah.
Was when I got to college and other young males who dads raised them were doing things. You
Right.
know.
Can y'all see? Can y'all see the comment that Maddox made?
Yeah, I saw it said kids raising themselves
Yeah,
to
we can
take
see
what
it.
they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times, just say you got a mother that want to work, that don't want to be on welfare, but she got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? She got to go to work, and well, let me go back. From my uh childhood, my mother had to work after my father left. Blah blah blah. Um, I probably was maybe eighth grade, maybe Yeah, maybe 8th grade, but we were old enough to stay at the crib by ourselves. So what would happen is she most of the time when she seen us or got in the house, it was time to either eat and go to bed, or she was getting ready to go to work. If she had to, just
Right.
say if she worked the double, she had to go to work. And when she seen us, she was coming in. We was already asleep. Or when she came in, when she got ready to leave, we was asleep. Whatever, So she would look in, make sure we was everybody. She do her count or whatever, because my brothers would sneak out the
Right.
house. You know what I'm saying? Feel what time of night is.
Only one person
So
in your bed.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
yeah. So they make sure of that. However, it's
Right.
it's it's like yeah, kids sometimes raise themselves, and you get the older child have some type of animosity against the younger children, because I had to watch out my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I had to watch out to somebody my whole life. So I didn't have no childhood. I couldn't go out and play. I could, because I gotta make sure they eat. I gotta make sure this, that, and other. So some kids are raising their siblings. And then some kids have this idle mind of being at home and being by themselves. Depends on how many kids in the house. They either watching one, or they watching five, or watching four.
No, I think, and you're right. I've seen that, but I also remember, my childhood. And I'm not 100 years old, so it wasn't that long ago, as far as I'm concerned. But back in the day, family, especially families of color, everybody worked together. So
Yep.
mama and daddy, whoever had to work, grandma was there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Everybody, your cousins, so your cousins became like sisters and brothers. Everybody's at grandma.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
it was still some continuity, some discipline, and you were still getting knowledge, but at the same time you were getting information on history of your family.
Yes. Yes.
You now when you got the separation, like I said before, people in today's society don't want to react or do something about something. They're a victim. You know, you know, if they're not affected, they don't trip. But at
Right.
the same time, when you sit back and think about it, is responsibility, accountability. Just because a couple was not together back in the day, mean that they didn't come together to raise that child.
Right.
And I'll say, be it if it's male, be it if it's a female. If you're gonna desert your child, as far as I'm concerned, you're worthless
Yeah.
because that child will be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You, you have responsibility. I've told my son, I tell people any given day, once you have a child, you are no longer priority.
Right. Right.
Your child's priority, and you have to share knowledge with that child, whether you like it or not. So if you got to say, son, daughter, I messed up, then tell them you messed up so they won't repeat what you did.
Right.
But if you don't tell them, they're looking at you as a parent, and they say, well, my mama did it, my daddy did it, so it's okay for me to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, you
It
welcome, dude.
that's the only way your child is going to be able to evolve and share that with their child in the future or whatever. So man, woman up, you know, we have to stop trying to pass the buck or pass the blame on other folk for decisions and stuff that we made ourselves.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
Right.
um,
Yeah.
people
Miss
talk about.
it's a lady in here. Miss Tanita is in here.
Mhm.
You got anything you wanna add?
Well, part of that I was what Frank said, but what you said, Dan, was older siblings have feeling the type of way because they talking about, like you said, raise they, and I've
Mm.
heard that and I've seen that. My sister kind of would do that, but we just have to realize a lot of kids just didn't want to do a lot of stuff, and actually that was part of responsibility. Like Frank said, you family. If so, you brothers and sisters supposed to watch out for each other. So mom and daddy gotta work so you can eat. and you just got to make sure your brother and sister go to bed. Okay, damn, do that. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
that
But
sound
that
good
is some.
until you got to do it though.
Well, no, I
So
had to do.
when it
Okay,
so
I
so
didn't right. So basically, I saw when my little brother, if we went out somewhere and Mama said whatever,
how many years
I had to
apart,
watch
bro?
him in the store. I had to make sure he didn't walk off. You get what I'm
How
saying?
many years apart?
We 3 years apart.
Okay, got it.
But still, that's just was Jack's responsibility. That's my little brother.
Right.
Why would I want him to get hurt or be in danger? So that's how I took it. That's what I'm saying. That's how I took it
No,
as my
I get that point,
responsibility.
but
But I'm saying
if
some
you
people thought that because mama was working when we had to, and mama usually back in the day, mama usually had the food already ready. All you had to do was put it on the kids' plate.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? But
yeah.
they didn't even want to do that. Some kids were just, we kids, we don't want to do that. I ain't want to wash dishes, but
Yeah,
hell,
yeah,
that's a responsibility.
yeah, that's a
So, but some
responsibility.
people take that as trauma because they
Okay,
didn't want to do it.
okay.
A lot
Think
of
about
people
this
take
though.
trauma as something that they didn't want to do and they fighting against. All right, go.
But think about this though. I want to go out and play. My friends coming to the door. Man, I can't go nowhere, man. I gotta take care of my little brother, man.
Take your
Damn,
little brother
man.
with you.
I
See,
did that.
that's
I did that. I did that. I did that. So
uh,
what I'm saying is you still no, okay, so what wound up happening is because my one of my aunts threw this out there one time. What usually happens is they'll look at it as if I didn't have no childhood. Now y'all don't
mm,
have to watch nobody. I'll watch y'all till y'all got a certain age, and then when I want to get to the point where I want to hang out with my friends, now all my friends got other things to do. Now I ain't even in the loop. Now I have to create my own atmosphere again, and y'all going off, and y'all ain't worried about what I'm doing. Y'all don't come
Brother.
check on me. So that's where the
I get it.
childhood animosity come in at.
I got
Is
you.
that
But that is
damn I spent my whole years watching after y'all. Now y'all teenagers. Now I still ain't got no, like, I don't know how to socialize with my friends because unless at school. But at home it's kids everywhere. We got one lady in here, Miss Tanita. Miss Tanita, you got something to say?
I do.
Huh?
First, I want to speak to the point of I'm sorry, I don't know how to make my camera work,
Because
but
it should be a button on there
it's
that got a
not.
camera and
It
got
says that my camera is on and it's not on. So I don't know what else to do. It doesn't have a red line through it, but I do have something to say.
yes, ma'am.
So first, I think we be assuming that based on the conversation that I've heard, it's a lot of assumptions that women don't have fathers to go off of. So what do you, first of all, what do you do in a situation where you did have a dad and he was in your life and you do expect your person, i.e. your husband, whoever, if he your friend, whoever it is, to live up to a certain standard because you did have a dad,
Okay.
because some of all of us was not raised without a dad. Like
Right.
for example, myself, my dad is was a superhero for us. Like
Mm-hmm.
my dad was a girl's dad. He had three daughters. He had one son. Like as he got a little older in life, but he raised girls, and so we have a certain standard of men, and we have certain things that we require of a man, and we have so I think a lot of the conversation that I've heard has been in the light of a woman that doesn't know how a man operates and does not have any knowledge of how men are and how men are to be taken care of and different things like that. When in a lot of instances, I know these was black dads. I know they didn't have a lot of money. Like in the 70s and 80s and everything like that when we was being raised. But what do you do? I haven't heard anything related to this situation of when women have dads and they do have dads to show them how you're supposed to be treated and the type of things that men are supposed to be doing for
Yes.
you and not necessarily paying all your bills and whatnot, because my daddy taught us to sustain ourselves. But he also taught us that you shouldn't be at the gas pump and he's sitting in the car and you pumping your own gas. He also taught us that you should be able to pick up the phone and call him and say, "Hey, I got a flat tire." Whether you got AAA or not, he needs to come and rectify your situation.
Yes.
So that's one of the things I've heard tonight that I, was kind of conflicted with, because every time it's talking about a woman, it's in relation to her not having an adequate dad. So what do we do in the situations where these women have had men like yourselves and everything, who, because understand what I'm saying, y'all have daughters, y'all are raising them. Okay, they turn into the product of me, where now I have these superhuman almost expectations of what a man should be doing because the type of daddy I had.
Right. I hear you. But can
So
I say this? Or
yes,
you done?
who is
Well, now I would just clarify
who's
from the
talking?
beginning. Huh?
Because
Is that-
your camera is off too.
Oh well,
Who is
yeah,
you?
you can't. My name. I'm Jack. I'm Jack.
Okay, you're Jack.
All right, my apologies. Yeah. Well, just to clarify from the beginning, we weren't judging or making an issue about women not having dads. That was one of the things. If you came in probably at one of the points we were saying. We were talking about um, men, African American men of certain stature going after Caucasian women. And we were saying that sometimes they make it an excuse of black women being too strong, and that's what we were talking about. But what I do want to say is to your point with the about the guy sitting in the car. Um, I would say to you as a woman, talk to your sisters, because if other women, some women, like what we're going, take it truthfully.
Oh, you gonna
Some
pump your
women who
own
didn't have
gas.
that.
You gonna
Some
pump your
some
own
I'm
some
gas.
definitely
women who
pumping gas. I don't take no trash out. I don't pump gas.
You
I
gonna
don't
right,
pump
change
that gas.
but
tires.
You gonna pump that
None of
gas
that.
because when you by yourself,
so
you gonna pump your gas.
It's
I'm,
because of
because
the
some
life that
women,
I've been privileged to. I have a son that's 22.
nah,
He's been
I'm
taking
just
my
joking.
trash out since he was 5 years
Oh, he's
old.
supposed to take.
I don't
He's
take
supposed to take the
trash out.
trash out. He's supposed to take the
I
trash out.
don't
that's
take
fine.
trash out.
But
I
But
don't take
some
trash
of that
out.
stuff.
I don't wash cars. I don't do that. I don't,
the,
and it's because of the standard that my daddy set, and it's because of the standard that my father taught my son and his dad taught him.
Right,
but
right,
then
right.
so to that, but I'm sure your dad taught you both ways though. If a man is washing your car, you can have enough to say, hey, when he comes home from work, he got a good meal to eat.
Absolutely.
Because
Why we keep taking the good relationship back to the meal?
well,
Why is it
dude,
that
because no, we talking about
wait, why all these men, every brother in here cook, they cook. Women like your food, but why we? Oh, when we get home, she working too. I work too.
well, no,
So
see,
so so
you
when
didn't
I
let me
get so
finish
when
my
I
point.
so
So
when I
what I
get to
was
when I get to
saying
the house, what
was,
will we eating, baby?
brother,
I'm
Well, honestly,
now
me
if you got
myself,
home first, that's different.
I work 12-hour shifts at the emergency room. So my man tells me, "Hey, when you get off work, we going out to eat. We finna go. I don't care if it's
that's
Denny's. I don't care if it's Applebee's. We finna go somewhere and get something to eat, because just because he's doing what he has to do, like let's say he get my tire changed or whatever. I just work 12 hours in the emergency room. I'm not about to cook him nothing to eat. What the
no,
hell
I'm not
kind of shit
saying
is
that.
that? My feet
I'm
hurt.
not saying that.
And
My
I
thing
go to
is,
school 7 hours out of the day. So that's just the unrealistic expectation for a woman who is a go-getter, in my opinion. I,
and that,
I
but
may not be able to go in the kitchen and cook you nothing to eat, but I can bring home some bread though. That's what
I
I
okay,
think
can
each
do.
I
I can
think
eat.
each
but that's the
situation
thing.
varies.
You gotta sweat and
That,
pay these bills by yourself though. But my feet hurt. I done saved some lives.
but his
I
feet
done
hurt
seen
too.
blood,
His feet
guts,
hurt. His
blood
pants,
all
his
night.
hands
Okay,
hurt,
I
and
okay,
his
don't
back
got
hurt.
time to come in here and cook you something to eat. But
right.
what my old man understand, and he'll be like, you know what? What you getting off at 6:30 in the morning? I'm gonna take you to get you something to eat, some breakfast. Let's go to breakfast. He know I'm not finna go in there and cook no breakfast. I would just work 12 hours. What are you talking about? Cook something to eat? Now when
Okay.
Yes. If you got the type of
when
person
I'm not
who's
at
going
work,
to work with
when I'm
you,
not at school, I can go in there and cook them something to eat. But if I just got out 12 hours, let me tell you a true story. One day, this is a true story that happened in my life. One day I had a flat tire on my way to work. Now I'm on my way to work 12 hours in the emergency room, nursing work.
Mm-hmm.
I walk all night long. I don't
Mm-hmm.
sit down pretty much. We had 60 some patients in the waiting room in the full house. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about with the misogynistic thinking. So I go clock in at 6 o'clock. So it's about 4:45, 5 o'clock. I'm heading to work. I'm literally on 270 with a flat tire. My old man came and got me from work, came and got me off the side of the road, picked me up, took me to my job to work, went back to my car, told it to where it needed to be, put a tire on that mug. And when I got off in the morning, he didn't expect no meal. He said, "Baby, I understand you've been working all night long. We finna go to breakfast so we can talk and look at each other." So I don't know where this misogynistic comes from. Oh, as long as he's doing that, she needs to be cooking something to eat. What
No, no,
the
no, no,
hell
no,
is you
no, no,
talking
no,
about?
no.
I gotta
well, part of so
One of the
first
things
and
is this. Think.
foremost,
Wait a minute.
I'm
Hold up,
sure
Jack.
when your dad was talking with you, you listened to him. You didn't give me a chance to talk or listen to what I was going to say when I
okay,
was stating that
go ahead.
comment. Okay. So when you made the point about him doing that, my point was it's certain simple things that women can do for men as well, which is like cooking a meal, what you just said, taking him taking a meal to him, and vice versa. Do
I
he can do
think
the same
sex is
thing?
more higher rated than cooking a meal. Let's
Frank.
just be honest.
Frank
Sex
step
is
up
No.
more
there.
So how can you?
talking
So
about
wait a
cooking
minute. Hold
something to
on.
eat.
Hold on.
Frank.
I'm a
That's
man. I'm a
ridiculous.
man. I'm a
Frank.
man.
Frank
So I'm
step up
telling
there.
you from a man's point of view.
What's
What
happening?
you asked your question. You asked the question, correct? And I'm a man trying to give you the
I
answer.
can buy him something to eat.
Yeah, yeah. But
I just
I'm
said that.
think
around no
about
Hold on. I said you
think
can
about
buy
this.
or cook.
Think about this
I'm
though.
confused.
It's
Okay,
about doing for
so
him as
right.
he do for
But
you.
however, yeah, you're right. So what happens
It's just
is
that simple.
we if we are a team. Now we're a team now. We talking team, we talking about a team sport. Being in a relationship is a team sport. I'm supposed to look after you, you're supposed to look after me. Whoever got to the crib first, okay, yeah, I'm a cook. Oh, she worked 12 hours, I worked 10.
Exactly.
You chose, you know what I'm
Simple as
saying?
simple.
So we look out for each other. We have to look out for each other. And if you work 12 hours a day forever, that means he always gonna be the one to cook. Is that
Right.
am I
How
right?
But
how
my
do we get
point to the point
how do
about
we
her
get to cooking?
standards, I'm okay with the standards. If your dad
No,
raised you have standards, we are supposed to have
cause
standards.
I would rather
My
cook
point to
anyway
that
though.
was,
Shit.
but my point to that was, there are sisters out there that don't have standards that will let a brother sit in the car and she get out and pump gas or tell baby you ain't got to do it. So when sisters, other women allow men to do that, that's why those issues out there, and that's why the standards are what they are because we only can a person can only do what other people allow them to do.
Right. All right. So check this out, now. Manos wanted to speak. I don't know why he can't get on. It's just beyond me. Why he can't get on? I mean, I don't
I
know.
thought he was on Facebook.
Yeah, but he's on there, but he wanted to come in and speak also, and I don't know what
Oh, he got to
what's the deal
he got
is.
to go to the he got to go to this Switch studio thing.
He probably clicking the wrong
Tell him to
thing.
Yeah,
scroll. Tell him to scroll up. Tell him to scroll up. The switch is in the text
Tell him it's the
message.
last one you sent. That was the switch.
yeah.
Hey, I got a
How I walked in the building. Hey, yeah, we got about. Let me see, and we gonna shut it down in a minute. I put up the timer. We going 5 minutes
I,
and we out.
okay. I got a quick comment from the last conversation, like the last dialogue. I understand, the statements when it comes to, because people have to recognize, I'm you know, um, I'm a father. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I have a son. I had a daughter. She passed after 55 days. But people tell me to this day, if my daughter was alive today, whoever she was going to be around was going to hate it because my daughter was going to be my heart.
Yeah,
And she got that within, I mean, she got it within 15 minutes after she was born. Make a long story short, I understand what the, what the young lady was saying. To this day, be it wife, daughter, whomever. No, if I'm with you, you ain't pumping. No, you are not pumping your own gas.
Right. Exactly.
Because that's you. You know, if there's a problem with the car, I got it.
Right.
You take mine until I
exactly.
wear it away.
Yeah, yeah,
But the fact of it is this though. Folk have to understand. Granted, it is a team thing, but I recognize. My point about this though, if with the hours that the young lady is working, I mean, I recognize. So when you get done, no, you should not do nothing. And I feel that, but at the same time, recognize this too. If both of us working 12 hours, we got to work together on
right,
it.
Yeah,
But
we're a team.
it's,
We're a team. We always got
exactly,
to remember we're a team, and and
yeah,
but
and and,
right,
and
I'm gonna tell you this
we
though.
we
I'm gonna
don't
tell you,
win. Go ahead.
but I'm gonna tell you this though. But I know if because if my lady's working 12 hours, then when she ain't got to worry about nothing.
Right.
I ain't got no problem cooking. Because I like
yeah,
what I do and it relaxes.
Yeah.
So, but the thing of it is, it's not about who gonna do more for. It's about doing for each other.
Yeah.
exactly.
We're a
That
team. We're always a
harm,
team. I always remember that. We're a team.
right? But also it's common respect. And when I say common respect, as a man, you know that woman is your priority. Why? Because for decades, for years, they have been mistreated more
Oh,
so than have been.
okay. Let me. We missed the whole point,
Yeah,
and I got to
What's the
do
point?
this. I got to do this before we get off. We got 2 minutes to get before we get off. Let's remember this. We got this football game
Yeah, that's
coming up
right.
tomorrow. Super Bowl is tomorrow. We got tickets. If you want to come out to Shamrocks, the Proud Brothers of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, we are having a Super Bowl event. And our event is to give back, give some of the proceeds go to the Orally Smith Cancer Research Foundation. We will very much appreciate if y'all come out and have some fun
yeah,
and enjoy with the brothers. Uh, I don't know who your team is, but this is what we got.
right.
We got Kansas City
Yeah,
and we got the Eagles. I don't know who you got.
The
I don't know. I
Bears.
don't know who. I don't know who paid the most money for the
no,
refs to
Lord.
for the refs to cheat. But we just depends on who paid the most money.
And we are the men of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated supporting our African American woman, Dr. Hadaya Green,
Hadia
who
Green,
is
Dr.
working on
Hadia
the,
Green.
yeah, yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
we got her back.
yeah. So we just got to remember
Good
that.
cause.
Uh, where we at? Where we at? I gotta put it on there. But yeah. Let's make sure we go out and support and have fun and enjoy what we do
That'll work.
from my
Yep.
perspective
It's all
anyway.
good. Good chatting with y'all peoples.
Without that,
Okay,
hey,
I'm
Everybody
I'm
be
I'm I'm,
blessed.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna do this right quick, one by
Oh, you
one.
finna do an outro?
No, no, I'm do this one by one. Frank, you got something to say?
hey, great event, man. We need to do it more often. Knowledge is power. Let's share each other's knowledge.
All right.
That's what's up.
Let's see. Uh, Miss Tanita. Let me see who all on here. Dale, you on here? You got something to say?
Great conversation.
All right.
The topic went left, but let's remember that we all we got. So
Right,
we
man.
got to make it work, educate each other, keep people on task and focus. Relationships are always going to be different. They're going to vary. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So we can't hold anybody else to our standards. We got to walk in our own lane.
Okay. And then I got to say this. If you do not have your tickets, one of the brothers got tickets. I did a video years ago and it said, I got them tickets. I got them tickets. We got them tickets. Get them tickets. They're going. It's going to be food. It's going to be some good food. We're going to have some chili there. Oh, those of you who like chili. Those of you who like chili, we got the great Centaur drink. I can't call it what it is, but we got this great Centaur. But Jack, you got something to say?
What's up?
Go ahead and say what you got to say.
Hey, teamwork, dream work.
Yes. And it's been real, y'all. I appreciate y'all for stopping by.
Man,
All right, bro. Love.
It's been it's all love, y'all. All right.
Yep.
Peace
All
out.
right.